morning and welcome to sunrise devotion practice. We've been in meditation, cultivated a deep breath and principles. Otherwise, I'm going to sitting up nice and tall. You had one foot in front of the other, maybe switching. And we'll just start to bring movement into the neck. Maybe slowly with your eyes closed, taking a breath, filling the belly. And there's nothing fancy about this movement. It's just moving the neck from side to side, finding the natural edge. And the theme that emerged from today's practice is I'm okay even if you're not. The idea that sometimes people we love are not, that can make us feel like we aren't. It's about finding yourself separately, and maybe even supporting your loved one if they're not great or look like they're being good. Moving the neck, dipping the chin down, and up, down to the back circle. And we're looking for mobility over stretch. And if you can, you do this practice as much as possible with your eyes closed. Drawing the gaze inward. Deep breath in. Deep breath. You start to draw circles with the nose and the wall in front of you. One way. And another. Maybe there's touching sound. You can stay present with the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's start to bring the legs out long in front of us. If you have some supporting you, just letting the fleshy part of the thumb stay on that support, bringing your sits bones down to the ground. Or you can have a little lift with the blanket, But we want that so that we're sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. But now you are making L shape. And just notice if you're tipping forward, we lean back slightly. Take a deep breath in. Let the fingertips meet, and then let them fall to the ground. Inhale the arms up. Exhale them down through center to your heart. Inhale the arms forward. Let's reach for the toes. We don't have to fully touch them, but we can And then swim the arms around behind you, interlace in your finger. Maybe you hold on to elbows. This is available. So we're interlacing the fingers, drawing the shoulders apart. Deep breath in. And then begin to hinge at the hips, holding. So maybe you only make it shoulder or foot. Add a little bend to the knee and start to draw the hands back toward the wall behind you and then up overhead. So when I say overhead, it's the knee. I'll do this from the side. Maybe you're only here, maybe you're only here. That's okay. Breathing into the space. And then begin to sit up. Release the arms, inhale the arms up toward the sky. Touch the finger. And exhale the hands apart. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward, trying to keep that nice flat back. Maybe touch your toe, or maybe you are reaching. Inhale the arms around behind the back. Interlace the finger. And again. Inhale back up. We're going to do that one more time. Release the arms. Inhale all the way up. Fingertips come to touch. Pause at the top of your breath here. Exhale the hands forward. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward toward the toes. And then reaching around behind you. Interlace the finger. Deep breath in, and then on the exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, come back up to seated. Reach the arms up toward the sky and forward fold. So in your forward fold, maybe you reach the ankles, the calves, or maybe you're at the feet. And just let your head and neck slump over. Maybe feel that space in the spine from this gesture. And start to come back up to seated, standing your feet on the floor, mat distance apart. So this is a time to move any props off of the mat to make space. So I'm going to do that. If you are already good and here, you can start to move the knees from side to side. So dropping one knee towards the center and the other. You're like me, you've got a little bit of cleanup to do. We'll all meet in this movement. I'll just show you from the side that can look like, so you can prop your hands behind you. Drop one knee in, and maybe the knees don't touch the ground. That's okay. We're just feeling into the hips. Deep breath. It is my intention to start these classes kind of an experiment. I really miss teaching, but I don't miss the business of yoga. So I just wanted to teach classes that I would want to teach. And so we're going to start gradual, like it's active, but it's not going to be overwhelmingly active to get at the beginning, so that we can build up together. If you want to follow along, welcome. All right. And then we're going to start to make our way down to the forearms as we keep moving the knees from side to side. And maybe the knees don't collapse all the way into the center when we're here. Notice the length in your spine. So if your neck is crunching or something's going on there, so you can find length. Notice where this is massaging you to the pelvis back and forth, or create little half circles as you go, whatever you feel like your lower back needs. And then lower down onto the ground. Your head touches the ground. Like lift the head, lengthen the neck, and leave it back down. This is just to create length in the spine. So keeping these knees going back. We're going to create more intensity with this movement. If you have a block or something you want to place between the knees, it's nice to have a harder object like a book. If you don't have that, that's okay too. And so place an object between the knees and let the knees stack over the hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. And we'll start to move back and forth. So over to the left side, inhale through center, and over to the right. Resist the urge to pull the knees in close. So we are engaging the core here. And maybe your obliques are starting to say good morning. Deep breaths. Remember to close your eyes and surrender to the movement. And if you've done these postures before, just trust that your body knows the alignment. All right, and we have 3 more on each side. We have 1 more, or I have 1 more. And then the next time you come over to the right side, just let the knees drop all the way over. So you need to twist for a moment. Then the elbows come into cactus position. Deep breath into the belly, the hips, the thighs. And exhale out through the mouth. Feels good. And maybe our mantra today is I am okay. Not in that sad kind of I'm not good kind of way, but I'm okay. I'm okay. And maybe we can use that, keep saying the word maybe. Very soft, but we can use that maybe. Or sorry, use that phrase, I'm okay, when we see someone else in crisis. A loved one. Or it doesn't even have to be crisis, it's just in a mood. I'm okay. Let's inhale back through center and let the knees drop over to the left side. Take a deep breath into the belly. Deep breath into the hips. Again, arms are in cactus, so we're grounding the right elbow, grounding the right shoulder. Breathing into the belly, ribs, chest. I am okay, even if you are not. And let's bring it back to center. Bring the soles of the feet to the earth, mat distance apart, and let the knees fall into center. Take a moment here to cradle your head, fingers interlaced, elbows wide. And we're going to want to maintain the elbows wide structure, I guess you could say. And just lift the shoulders up off the earth, the eyes facing straight up. So we're just lightly lifting. And then we're going to start to move from side to side. So again, you can keep the knees glued together. You can also keep that block between the knees. Try to keep the elbows out wide. And it's almost like you're reaching your elbows towards your feet, moving from side to side. And we're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the head. Bring the knees out wide, connect the soles of the feet together, come into a reclined bound angle. So knees are out wide. Just noticing if there's any tension in the bum, letting that release. And reach the arms up overhead. Turn the fingertips toward the floor. So finding a rotation in the shoulders. This is not passive movement or stretch. We're still active in the arms. Fingertips to the earth, palms scooping down above the head. And draw the knees toward one another. And then draw them into your chest. We'll start to rock along the spine. So you don't have to hold on to your knees if you don't want to. Whatever is going to feel best for you here. Maybe behind the knees. And really explore this full movement along the spine. It's going to be really fun to work with that momentum and just become aware of what's going on in the spine. We have 2 more. And then we come up to sit. Turn over onto your side and then over onto hands and knees and center yourself on your mat. I've made it all the way over here. I notice sometimes yoga teachers are able to just stay in the same place when they do that rolling mat work, and I've just never been able to. I don't know if I'm just rollier. But it's fun. All right, so we're planting our wrists directly underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. And let's just move from side to side. So whatever feels good to you here, maybe lifting the knees slightly, bending the hips from side to side. And feeling the ground on your shins, on the tops of your feet. Maybe shifting the weight in the hands as well as you go from side to side. And you can start to accentuate this, really dipping the hips from side to side. I feel like this reminds me of, I was about to say golfing, that's not what I meant. Skiing. We're going side to side. All right, let's come to center. Inhale the chest forward. Beautiful belly stretch. Exhale the navel to the spine. Shake the head yes and no, and really savor this movement. So breathing deeply and holding the breath as you move through back out. And if it feels better to add other little movements, doing that as well. I'm okay even if you are not. Does not make us unloving. Does not make us selfish. Back to be sometimes the opposite come to us today. When you breathe in, open the chest quite wide. Exhale. Breathe everything out. 2 more rounds. And then we'll tuck the toes under and walk the fingertips back. A little stretch for the here. Inhale the arms up and exhale to bring them down behind the back, interlacing the fingers again. Maybe your hands come to your forearms or your elbows, and then we'll begin to fold forward. So maybe this is a little bit scary. Maybe you come all the way to the ground. Maybe you add a bolster or something under the forehead. We don't have to dive into it. We're just creating a shape here for 2 more rounds of breath. It almost takes some core strength to keep yourself from the left. And then inhale back up, release the hands to the earth, come to the tops of the feet, and walk your fingertips back. So we want to be seated, stacking the hips over the ankles, stacking the shoulders over the hips. It can sometimes feel like you're leaning back, and that's okay. So you want to open the quads here, and then begin to walk the fingertips back. Now, if you need, add a prop underneath your hips. So if you're not able to sit back on your heels, that's okay. Just adding a bolster, pillows, block, something to sit on. So maybe you're like this, and when I say to walk the hands back, you just kind of send your hands back. It's just to get that opening like that. And for those of us who are sitting back on the heels, we can walk and back. If you're really open in the quads, maybe come down to your forearms or add a little bend in the elbows. Open the chest and heart. Flat. 2 more rounds of breath, just as we are. And then start to walk forward and step the right foot forward for the top of the mat, stacking right knee over right ankle. Pressing gently into the top of the back foot, bring your hands to your right thigh. Standing up, sitting up nice and tall in this posture. And this is where we may feel the opening at the top of the left foot. Nice and straight, for as straight as you can get, lifting up from your hips. And let's bring the fingertips down to earth. Again, you can also bring block underneath your hand, tuck the back toes under, and lift the back. Reaching back to the back. Holding here for a moment. And then drop the back knee. Send the hips back. Keep the right toes planted on the earth. So a lower pyramid, if you will. You can even press into the right toes to do not stretch at the top of the foot and in the ankle, or to massage during the morning. Massage that space. All right, and then step the right knee back, sit back on the heels, and again, maybe walk your hands back or just kind of send the hands back, lean back slightly to open the back. And maybe you notice a difference on the left side versus the right. Tuning into that. And we're here for 2 more rounds. And you completed that, walking the fingertips forward and stepping the left foot. So hips are still hip distance apart, or sorry, feet are still hip distance apart. Front knee over front ankle. When you're ready, coming up. Lifting up out of your pocket. So not leaning forward or crashing any weight into the bottom of the body, your lower body. That was so much cooler yesterday. All right. I'm breathing here into the stretch. If you want to do something with your arms, you can always do that. But I'm just resting my hands for now so that we can focus on the lower body. Spreading those back toes wide. And let's bring the fingertips back down to the earth. All toes are pointed forward. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Back to the back heel. You can always bring support and breathe it in. Breathe in here. And then drop the back. Send the hips back, the left toes planted. Deep stretch across the top of the foot. All 4 corners of the foot are planted equally. And begin to roll back into that lunge position. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and step the back foot up to the front foot into a forward fold. Now I want you to enjoy this forward fold, swinging the arms from side to side. Just letting everything hang from the height of your hips. That's what I want you to do, but what do you want for yourself? And maybe through this practice, you start to build from I'm okay to I'm better than I'm. Actually, I'm happy. And I don't need to feel guilty for being happy if someone else isn't. Because that happiness could inspire them to join me. So that good place can show them that a good place exists in a time when maybe they're feeling hopeless. So I'm okay, but actually, I'm better than good. Just letting the arms swing from side to side or finding a still position. We'll start to take a halfway lift to shins or thigh. Reach out to the crown of the head. And on an exhale, slowly fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Maybe this time you take your arms forward. Really feeling that core engagement. Exhale to fold. One more time like that. Inhale. Move the fingertips off the legs. Bring the crown of the head out long. Reach the fingertips forward. And exhale to surrender. On the next inhale, we come all the way up standing. And exhale the hands to heart center. Take a moment here with your palms facing forward to orient yourself, running all 4 corners of the feet, hip distance apart. Standing up nice and tall, close your eyes, strong as a mountain. And find your center. So this would be probably the solar plexus. I would say just around the bottom of the ribs, in the belly region. And start to breathe energy into that space. You see it as a yellow light. Each breath, use that yellow light, it glows brighter and brighter. I'm okay. Actually, I'm better. My being okay is an act of love toward the ones I love. Breathing into this energy. And yesterday we did the breath of joy, the simple breath of joy, inhaling up and then exhaling to come down like that. This time we're going to do the breath of joy with more arm movement. So inhaling the arms up, shoulder height. Inhaling the part breath open, part breath up. And then on the exhale, let it go. Bending into the knees. Inhale the arms up, shoulder height. Out to the side. Inhale. Arms reach up. Exhale. Inhale the arms shoulder height. We'll do it from the side. Inhale the arms open. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale. And if you know the breath of joy already, feel free to surrender into it. For those of you who are still trying to figure out this movement, I'm with you. Inhale the arms shoulder height. Inhale them open. Inhale to reach up and exhale. And it's better to surrender to this movement. So rather than trying to hit all of the points perfectly, just working with what is opening. So this is where we take our okay and we make it better than okay. And if you laugh at yourself, even better. Whatever cultivates joy here. And it can be a strong exhale through the mouth, or it can be a just keep going. Keep going. Cultivating that good energy. And 3, 2, and 1. Inhale the arms up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Forward fold. Step back into a plank. And then begin to lower down chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Down to the ground. All right, stack both hands underneath the forehead and just let the forehead rest. And then bend the knees, walking them out, not distance apart, and begin to windshield wiper the feet. So if you can touch your big toe to the center, maybe doing that. Long, slow exhales. And again, this movement doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to touch your toe every time. Just enjoy the movement. Enjoy breathing. Keep going with that. If it feels like you need to pause in one of those positions, doing that. And 2 more rounds. And then we'll bring the knees out as wide as we can bring them, touching the soles of the feet together. So this may be enough for you. The other option is to bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and prop yourself up into a sphinx in the upper body. So drawing the navel up from the ground, draw the shoulder blades down the back. If you have even more flexibility, you can start to lift the knees up off the floor. But we want to create as much length as we can in the lower back. We don't want to crunch the lower back. And then begin to tuck the chin toward the chest. And then inhale, look up toward the sky. Exhale, tuck the chin toward the chest. Inhale, look up toward the sky. Three more rounds of breath like that. Inhale, chest. Once you've completed those rounds, elbows out wide, hands stacked, and again, maybe you put a different hand on top this time. And then again, we'll just touch the big toes or move the feet from side to side. And slowly bring that to a close. We're going to press back into a child's pose. So sending the hips back, keeping the toes together. You can do a widened child's pose. So hips come to the heels or head to the mat, or bring your knees in towards center. So it just depends on what you feel like you need. Bring your knees in towards center, like touching, and then arms to the sides, crown of the head to the breathe into that back body. And you have a few moments here to really settle in. If your arms are extended, maybe try turning your palms up toward the sky, feeling that opening in the shoulder. Letting the weight of your body feel heavy on the earth. And then start to roll up to seated. Bring up Be back on the field if that's available to you, or onto a prop. Up by and down. This is where we take our lion breath. So lion's breath is an inhale, and on the exhale, let your tongue come out long and eyes shoot straight up toward the sky. So as if your tongue and your eyes are pulling your face wide open. So it's an inhale, and then on the exhale, and make that sound out of your throat, like you're breaking things up with the inhale. Keep going. If you want to add a movement, you can launch forward, fingertips pointing toward you, and go like a lion. So inhale, come back up to seated. Exhale. And just be glad you're not doing this on camera. Exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We'll do 3 more. Last one for me here. And coming back, shift your hips over to one side and start to make your way down to your back by bringing the legs out in front of you. So kind of where we started in this practice. Reach the arms forward. Maybe reach for the toes a little bit. Do a little pulse here. We like just making sure that we are still creating length in the spine. And then start to slowly lower. For the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach your arms up overhead, point the toes. Nice big stretch. Long arm. And release. Reach the fingertips, toes, breath. And release. Now there's an option here to take another posture that I'll offer to you. So this posture is a half saddle. We bring the left hand or left foot or left ankle into the left hand and begin to draw the foot toward the shoulder, the knee toward the earth. And if your knee is hovering up off the earth, not touching the ground, you can place a bolster, blanket, block underneath to support. And then become aware of your hips. So maybe lifting the hips and placing them so that they're nice and square. With your right foot, either standing it on earth for support or sending the right leg out long. So this is really opening the tops of the thighs. There's a stretch in the knee. You can bring your arms up overhead. Rest into this beautiful stretch. If there's something else that you feel like your body needs right now, back. Top of the left foot is on the ground. The left is all the way to the ground. All different layers and different bodies. right here. 2 more rounds of breath. Maybe as we're coming to first stretches, more restorative postures, you start to think about what your intention for your practice was today. I set kind of an intention for us, or it was set for us, that was your intention. Your practice. Bringing the left foot to the ground. We'll do the same thing. So sometimes it's nice to just kind of tip over toward the left side, just to grab onto that right foot, and then bring the right foot toward the right shoulder, just alongside the body. Use the blanket to hold the knee. And, you know, props aren't cheating. Actually, sometimes you can get a better stretch when you use props. So, allowing yourself to have that. And then maybe the left foot stands on the earth, square the hips. Maybe bring the left leg up long. Arms up overhead or something else that's better. Do that. What was your intention for your practice today? Breathe into that intention. Give a few more rounds of breath there. Out. Opening that thigh, the right knee. Whenever you're ready, starting to come out of that posture, standing the left foot on the ground first, and then bring both legs out long. Highly recommend rolling up a blanket or putting a bolster under the thigh. We'll start to transition into Savasana, a little meditation. And these meditations are just mini meditations to help you with your day. So nothing major, but maybe something you can return to later when you're feeling like that. So bring the legs out long, arms to your sides, arms up. Just let the fall open. Let the eyes have the shoulders and the back of the head, everything grounding down. Gravity holding you in place. And this is a time for the body to teach the mind language. So we need rest and peace to learn our know the language of the body. Deep breath all the way down. Then surrender your breath to an easy rhythm. So not trying to force it long, short, or anything. Just the breath. I'm okay even if you're not. It might be better friend, mother, teacher, coworker. I show away by being okay. So settling the body more and more. Starting to bring your awareness to the space between your ears. This is your seat of observation. You can watch thoughts and images play out in the space between your eyebrows. And so if you want this meditation, listening to the sound of my voice, if you do not hear me, then maybe it wasn't right for you. So just let this naturally unfold. So taking some few more breaths, finding that space, finding that awareness. Today, we're going to find a tool, something that you can light on fire. So maybe it's a candle, maybe it's a light that gets turned on. And imagine placing this light just below the ribcage, in the place of that solar plexus. Lighting a fire, or turning on a light. And maybe this object has its own space, its own room. We did the cleansing sanctuary yesterday, so maybe you're in your cleansing sanctuary, lighting this light, but feeling it located below the ribs. Notice the warmth of this light. Feel it start to warm everything around you. And allow yourself to drift in and out of memories of feeling this kind of warmth, this kind of inner fire. A soft confidence. A radiant knowing coming from yourself. And with each breath, we're going to spread this light, spread this warmth from the center. So it moves down the belly, through the hips, the thigh, the knees. Noticing if this energy or this warmth starts to cool anywhere or linger or get stuck. Notice whatever memories are attached to this. Resistance. And if it needs a lot of help, maybe taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. giving it that little push to move through and down the shin and the calf. This warmth comes into your ankles and your heels and all through your toes. And at the same time, this warmth is spreading upward through the ribs, over the heart and around and through the heart, warming your heart. And notice how easy it is. Let's linger in this space, how easy it is to love our loved one with this warmth around our heart. Comes this flame, this light. So spend a moment here in gratitude for the things, places that you love. Take your time with each part of this. So the 5 moved on, but you're not ready to staying where you are. Continue to move the warmth up the chest, shoulder. Maybe it starts to warm or even burn away some of the tension, anxiety, and stress. Because this warmth is a knowing. That from this space of confidence, it will work out. From being okay, I show the way. So just letting that tension melt from the neck, the jaw, from the lips. Maybe there's a tension from worry in the forehead, letting that settle back. Your face just slipping back toward the earth, letting warmth move over and through all of your features, your eyes, your ear, through the hair, over the crown of the head. Until you are completely surrounded in this warmth, love, and gratitude. Thank you for showing up and devoting some time to yourself, to a healthy practice, a healthy routine, and for helping me show up. That's the beautiful exchange. So spend as much time as you need here in Savasana before you move on. And have a wonderful day.